Mali's president resigns and dissolves the parliament. The mutinying soldiers were cheered by crowds as they reached the capital Bamako. Mali's president Ibrahim Boubacar Keïta has resigned after being detained by soldiers on Tuesday, state TV reports. In a televised address, Mr. Keïta said he was also dissolving the government and the parliament. "I want no blood to be spilled to keep me in power," he added. It comes hours after he and the Prime Minister Bobo Cisse were taken to a military camp near the capital Bamako, drawing condemnation from regional powers and France. "If today certain elements of our armed forces want this to end through their intervention, do I really have a choice?" said Mr. Keïta. "I hold no hatred towards anyone. My love of my country does not allow me to," he added. May God save us. Earlier, the mutinying soldiers took control of the Kati camp. There had been anger among troops about pay and over a continuing conflict with jihadists, as well as widespread discontent with the former president. With a quick guide to Mali, we have to ask each other a question. Are coups on the rise in Africa? The popular imam taking on Mali's president, Mr. Keïta, won a second term in elections in 2018. But there has been anger over corruption, over the mismanagement of the economy, and the rise of communal violence in areas of the country. It has been prompted several large protests in recent months. A new opposition coalition led by the conservative Imam Mohamed Dicko has called for reforms after rejecting concessions from Mr. Keïta, including the formation of a unity government. What do we know about the mutiny? It was led by Colonel Malik Ju, who is the deputy head of the Kati camp, and another commander, General Sadio Kamara. The BBC Africa's Abdul Bamako reports. After taking over the camp, about 15 kilometers or 9 miles from Bamako, the mutineers marched on the capital, where they were cheered by crowds who had gathered to demand Mr. Keïta's resignation. On Tuesday afternoon, they stormed his residence and arrested the president and his prime minister, who were both there. The soldiers were pictured patrolling on the streets after gunshots were heard. The president's son, who is the Speaker of the National Assembly, and the foreign and finance ministers were reported to be among the other officials who were detained. The number of soldiers taking part in the mutiny is unclear, but the Kati camp was also the focus of a mutiny in 2012 by soldiers angry at the inability of the senior commanders to stop jihadists and Tuareg rebels taking control of northern Mali. What has the reaction been to his detention? When news first broke of the mutiny, the United Nations and the African Union both called for the release of those held by the soldiers. The Economic Community of West African States, the ECOWAS, a regional body, also said its 15 member states had agreed to close their borders with Mali, suspend all financial flows to the country, and eject Mali from all of ECOWAS decision-making bodies. In recent months, ECOWAS is a key mediator between Mr. Keïta's government and the opposition groups. The UN Security Council is to meet on Wednesday to discuss the latest developments in Mali. Mali's former colonial ruler, France, was also quick to condemn the president's detention, and the foreign minister, Jean-Yves Le Drian, urged the soldiers to return to their barracks. Mali is a key base for French troops fighting Islamist insurgents across the Sahel region.